Kommt zurück zur German Darts Championship 2020, live aus der Halle 39 in Hildesheim und auf PDC TV. Der erste Deutsche steht in Runde 2 und wir begrüßen den nächsten Host Nation Qualifier auf der Bühne. Aus Kassel. 2016 gewann er die Super League und stand 2017 auf der ganz großen Bühne im Ellipelli. In diesem Jahr stand er wieder im Super League Finale. Wir begrüßen Herkules Dragutin Horvat. Sein Gegner kommt aus Antwerpen in Belgien. Ein früherer World Cup of Darts Finalist und er stand bereits im Halbfinale der European Darts Championship. Hier kommt The Rebel R.Huybrechts.
Penultimate game in the afternoon session, and we have the legendary R.Huybrechts, the elder of the Huybrechts brothers, back on the Euro Tour. He hasn't had the tour card since he lost it at the back end of last year, but it hasn't stopped him from making it to 2 European Tour events. Qualified in Belgium, host nation qualifier of course. He's come through the qualifier here to make it, and that means that the rebel R.Huybrechts is in a great position to go and make the European Championship, a tournament which he's already made it to the semi-finals of before, famously beating Phil Taylor along the way. Now, at 55 years old, is it a renaissance for the rebel? Who knows? But it'll be interesting watching. Dragutin Horvat played some very good stuff in the qualifier last night. He was within a whisker of booking his place at Ali Pali again this December. He lost out in the last leg decider to Nico Kurtz in the final of the German Super League, missing double 12 for a 1-4-1 checkout in that last leg decider in an unbelievable game of darts. You can go and watch it on social media channels. In fact, you can see the highlights from today on YouTube at the end of play tonight. That'll be a new little thing the PDC are chucking in. But they've failed to improve upon the commentary team, because I'm Dan Dawson and that's Rob Malarkey.
Yeah, looking forward to this. Great to see Ronnie back on the stage. Great to see Dragutin as well. He's provided 1 or 2 moments, hasn't he, on the European Tour. He had that terrific run to the quarter-finals in Riesa, which was, would you believe, 4 years ago now. He beat Gerwin Price that weekend and Ian White before a 6-1 defeat by Kim Huybrechts.
100. He wasn't that far away from getting his tour card this year in Hildesheim, here in this venue, of course, for the European branch of Q School. He's never had a tour card before.
135.
Over 4 days, he had a run to the last 32, a run to the last 64, and a run to a quarter-final. So he wasn't far off on the points list, and he was only a win or 2 away on the second day from winning his tour card outright.
122.
And just another footnote about R.Huybrechts in Belgium earlier this year. That first round win against Luke Humphries. A nice piece of symmetry about this. That was his first match at a European Tour event since a 6-5 defeat by Humphries at the European Darts Match Play in June of 2018. It was a year and a half or more since, or in between appearances on the European Tour stage. And now he's had 2 in 2, although he's had to wait 7 months between them.
86.
Never been beyond the 3rd round, Ronnie, in the European Tour arena.
Yeah, I mean, win this and he's on $4 grand for the Euro Tour Order merit. I don't think that's probably going to be enough. It's difficult to gauge, isn't it?
It is. We've already got the list of tour card qualifiers for the next 2 events in Riesa, sorry, Sindelfingen and Riesa as well. So just looking at that list,
55.
there are certainly 1 or 2 who are featuring more than once. I think it'll be enough. I really do.
Well, where's he going to go? Could stay there. No, he doesn't. He leaves double 12. Oh, that is a
on the first
beauty
leg,
from
Dragutin.
Dragutin. 1-3-8 checkout for a 12-dart
Second leg,
start.
Dragutin to throw
The
first.
German breaks Ronnie's throw, looking to join his countryman Lucas Weinig in round 2. The winner faces the number 12 seed, although top 10 in the world rankings. And
95.
for my money, the 4th best player in the world this year, Nathan Aspinall.
Yeah, Dragutin's the 3rd of 4 Germans in succession on stage this afternoon. We've seen Franz Roach go close against Jeff Smith. Terrific finishing from the youngster, but also no avail in a 6-5 defeat by the Canadian. Lucas Weinig coming through against Cody Harris. And then after this one, we've got Stefan Zietman against Mervyn King.
Yeah, Stefan Zietman qualifying as a
60.
tour card holder. So he's come through, not the host nation qualifiers, but the tour card holder qualifier. Change, of course, this year, where you don't have separate European and UK-based ones.
140.
Yeah, both players in action last night in the qualifying. Then 4 matches for Dragutin, 3 for Ronnie
54.
Huybrechts. He didn't lose a leg in his first 2. Ryan Harrington made more of a fight of it in the final match of the night, but it was Ronnie who came through 6-4 against Ryan Harrington, albeit only with an average of 82.
58.
Lost his tour card at the end of last year. Only earned about $8 grand in 2019. Now on the
Easy
Challenge Tour. 2 times a World Cup semi-finalist.
$60.
But it's Dragutin Horvat with the advantage, having broken the Huybrechts throw in the very first leg.
$140.
Horvat moving into position and ready to make his move again.
Looking.
105.
Goes down for the bullseye.
Dragutin
Because
advance
25
70.
means it's a single to double. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Guarantee a dart at double. But it won't
He's on the
matter
second
because
leg,
Dragutin
Dragutin
Horvat
Horvat.
pins the double 16. And
Pellegroni
this
to
is
throw first.
finishing a la Franz Roach from
Yes,
earlier
I may have been a bit hasty in saying we won't see a finer display of finishing today. And yet here we are, 2 games down the line, or 2 matches down the line, and we may well have a challenger.
45.
looking good. Looking very good indeed. First 180 of this contest, and Dragutin Horvat is doing all the running here. Ronnie Huybrechts yet to have a dart at double. From World Cup finalist, of course, Ronnie Huybrechts. A couple of
42.
times he's made ranking finals in PDC tournaments. In fact, he's missed darts to win a PDC title.
Hello. 6 perfect darts for Dragutin Horvat. Dare we dream, after a 7-month hiatus, that we could have a 9-dart leg on the first weekend back.
$140.
141.
141.
The shot that he narrowly missed to reach the World Championship. Treble 19. For double 12. Oh no, he's done it again!
17.
Oh,
Double 12 for 141s for Dragutin Horvat with massive stuff on the line.
a heart-stopping moment. Well, what a way to just light the touch paper on the first day back on the Euro Tour.
Dragutin, you required 24.
Well, 10-dart leg maybe in the offing here. Maybe 11. It is
He's on the
11
third
darts.
leg,
Brilliant leg,
Dragutin
3-0. It's another break of throw for Dragutin Horvat. 8 perfect darts along the way.
Dragutin to throw first.
And,
Game
well,
on.
he was 2 from 2. He's not anymore, but what a start he's made.
Wow. what have all these German darts players been doing over the last few months? Because
100.
Franz Roach has come out of nowhere to make a Euro Tour debut and cause all kinds of problems for a former world finalist at the BDO, Jeff Smith. We had Lucas Reinig win his first game on the European Tour and do all of the good stuff against Cody Harris.
100.
And now Dragutin Horvat has nearly become the first German to hit a 9-darter on the Euro Tour. It's only one on a Friday afternoon session, mind. Oh, Euro Tour.
27.
Magnificent creature, you. Welcome back.
Well, it's been a while since Dragutin actually won a match on the European Tour. His most recent win was a 6-5 defeat of Tony Altinas in the first round in Zwolle in 2018. He was 4-2 down in that match as well, but he's lost his last 5 matches on the European Tour. He's a firm favourite now to win this one. Only turned up, or only qualified for 2 European Tour events in 2019. Lost in the first round in both of those. One of them was against Kim Huybrechts, Ronnie's brother.
59.
Well, players like Dragutin, it has become increasingly difficult for them to qualify for the Euro Tour because the top two Germans in the actual rankings get through.
60.
Now, right now that's
Ronnie
Hart and Clement.
122.
And there are fewer places available now. 2 withdrawals mean we do have 4 host nation qualifiers for this weekend. In general, it is getting trickier. Not quite there.
Yeah, well, he may have enough in hand anyway.
50.
But Ronnie could do without slip-ups like that. Just needs to try and build some momentum and threaten a challenge at least.
Well, there's
Oh dear.
27.
plenty of time for
Ronnie
Ronnie to see this off
72.
now.
I think Dragutin can just put this leg behind him and move on. Just about in the single 16 for tops.
52.
It's the first dart at double Ronnie has had in this game.
100. Ronnie, you require 20.
Take double 10 to get on the board with a breaker throw, no less.
He's on the full flag.
They'll
Ronnie
pump at the
Huybrechts.
fist. Ronnie Huybrechts, who's
Fifth
been a
leg, Ronnie
spectator
to
for the first
Horvat.
3 legs of this.
Game.
Yeah, that's one of the breaks back. 2 breaks to 1 in favour of the German.
$100.
Ronnie Huybrechts has always been an understated player. He's not somebody who's been one to shout about his own brilliance, but in a perfect match of
96.
style and attire, he's gone for an entirely grey dart shirt with just nothing going on. There's just some grey stripes.
$59.
Albeit with a flash of Belgian tricolour on the collar
Yeah,
there, Dan.
yeah.
Give him some credit.
That's a little Belgian flag. Ronnie Huybrechts written on it.
100.
You don't need anything else. Beat Phil Taylor in a major tournament, made the semi-finals. I'm Ronnie Huybrechts. Can't leave a finish. But he can put a big old dent in it. 180s in consecutive legs for Ronnie Huybrechts. Dragutin needs to be clever about his numbers here. That's why he starts on the 18s. Not going to leave a finish anyway.
98.
Lovely stuff. Big fat 10.
130.
Much bigger and fatter than that as Ronnie leaves himself on double 16 after 12 darts.
97. Ronnie, you require 32.
So this to back up the break. Yeah,
He's on
and
the fifth
Dragutin
leg.
Horvat
Ronnie
certainly
Huybrechts.
has Ronnie Huybrechts in his
Dragutin to
rearview mirror now.
Horvat. Game on.
Lightning start by Horvat, but he's
100.
just lost his way over the last couple of legs. It's a very long shirt, that as well, by the way, for Dragutin, isn't it? Almost down to his knees.
It's the Gabriel Clemens School of Dart shirts. So although Raymond van Barneveld had one of those back in the day that was essentially a moo-moo.
82.
Yeah, I mean, there are quite stringent rules on what darts players are allowed to wear up on stage, and I'm pretty sure dart shirt is one of them, but I don't think they go into the detail of when a shirt becomes a gown.
137.
Yeah, just chipping away in this leg, Dragutin. Still under pressure, though, from Ronnie.
Right. Looking pretty good here, Ronnie Huybrechts.
Loads of room for another one.
140.
Yeah, he's clearly setting himself high standards. Disappointed look with that 140. But he's got almost a ton in hand, and once again Dragutin is struggling for big numbers. 30 scored is no help whatsoever.
142.
3 legs into this, Dragutin Horvat was averaging about 107, 108 and 3-0 up. All of a sudden the averages, there's nothing between them, and Ronnie Huybrechts looks like he's about to make it 3-all.
94.
Easy, he could have gone bullseye first dart, or second dart there. Bullseye would have left his favourite on 16. Here's the 25, 17 for tops. He's come back with 3 darts in his hand. I think that's poor board management, but then Ronnie Huybrechts can do what he wants. He's Ronnie Huybrechts. How many darts does he need at the double is the question. Is it more than 2? No, it's not, so it doesn't matter. Ronnie Huybrechts has won 3 legs in 45 darts. That's 100 average, and he is levelling this game up at 3 apiece. It's another break of throw, and that means that Ronnie Huybrechts has just become favourite to win this match again after being 3-0 down to the German.
It's amazing, isn't it, how quickly it can turn. Dragutin looked to be in such a good place after that second break of throw with that near 9-dart leg as well.
Well, so many times we've, the narrative goes, oh, somebody had a 9-darter, and as soon as they did, they just went to pieces, lost the game. Well, in this case, Dragutin Horvat missed it and hasn't won a leg since.
140.
I mean, we've seen it before. Somebody throws a 9-darter in the first leg, loses 6-1. Saw that on the Pro Tour.
60.
Can't think who that was now, but
it's a very good question.
Yeah, it happens.
Well, the most recent 9-darter we've seen in the Pro Tour came from Devon Peterson in the final event of the Autumn Series, and that was in a 6-2. It was the last leg he won. 6-2 defeat to Dimitri van den Berg, another Belgian.
Not here this weekend, the World Match Play champion. He was absolutely slaughtered in qualifying by Rhys Robinson, 6-0. Rhys is here, won his second match as well. He faces Max Hopp later.
Could be a good game, that. Rhys Robinson, when he clicks, he's really good, Rhys Robinson. Max Hopp, 2-time PDC title winner in senior PDC darts. Winner on the Euro Tour, of course. A history-making winner on the European Tour.
Still only 24, Max Hopp as well. He's one of these guys that just doesn't seem to age at all.
Well,
we've missed 7 months of the year. I thought, oh, Max might have put on a couple of years. When I looked at his age, I thought, well, he might be about 25, 26 now, but no.
60.
What did you anticipate happened to the poor lad where in the 7 months you haven't seen him? He aged 2 years.
It's just he's just been...
He'll catch up with him, don't you worry.
He will. Don't you worry, Max.
I think that's the benefit of turning up when you first appear on the PDC Tour and you're only an infant anyway.
Yeah.
96.
See, Huybrechts overall a higher average, first 9 higher average as well, and that takes into account that Dragutin Horvat nearly took out 501 in 9 darts in that third leg.
Looks flustered here, Dragutin.
101. You require 108.
A big moment coming up. Can Ronnie Huybrechts get in front here?
Big
moment for that table,
Big
certainly.
moment for that table, certainly. Did remind me of that footage of Michael Smith, by the way. You may have seen it on social media recently.
76. Dragutin, you require 80.
Working his way up to double top. And that is a big shot from Dragutin. Horvat puts himself back in charge of this match. Ronnie Huybrechts doing all that work to get the opportunity to get in front. And it's just wrestled away from him at the end there.
Still very respectable figures on the checkouts for Dragutin Horvat. Needed that though, certainly. I think it would have been detrimental had he gone 4-3 down.
I'll tell you what, the finishing all afternoon has been excellent, hasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, not just
Scott Waits set the tone first off, didn't
60.
he?
Scott Waits was excellent. Franz Roach and Jeff Smith were unbelievable. It's Boris Koltsov and Steve Lennon faffed a little bit.
Yeah, Willie O'Connor was 6 from 11 as well. I mean,
some very, very impressive displays of finishing so far today.
81.
The standards, we've not seen a 100 average as yet, but we have seen a lot of mid-90 stuff. Willie O'Connor, the highest average so far, with over 97 in that 6-1 win against Daniel Larson.
yeah, and as you said, if you take out Scott Waits' first leg when he had that 24 darter, I mean, he ended up with 93 and a bit, I think. But
412 darters in there, 164 checkout. I mean, Scott Waits looks absolutely terrifying in spells in that game.
on his European Tour debut as well.
On his Euro Tour debut and
60.
setting up a repeat of the Lakeside World Championship final with Glenn Durrant. That was the last time those two played each other. So already day 2 of the German Darts Championship is taking shape and looking intriguing.
60. $140.
Darts from Dragutin. Giving himself a chance. Can hold throw here. He will force Ronnie Huybrechts to win 3 legs on the spin. He's done it once, but can he do it again? Okay. Presumably he goes to the bullseye here, does he?
56. Dragutin, you require 107.
Great chance to extend his lead. Oh, well, a costly slip with the first dart. .48 remaining.
75. Ronnie, you require 164.
You left it, Ronnie. You're not going to take it out. So Dragutin Horvat, multiple darts incoming for a 5-3 lead.
128. Dragutin, you require 32.
It's all 3, but Dragutin Horvat goes within a leg.
To throw first.
And his first win of the European Tour for how long, Rob? 2 years?
Yeah, June 2018, Ian Zvola against Tony Alcinas. So
43.
2 years and almost 4 months. 5 successive defeats on the European Tour. 2 first-round exits in 2019. But he's closing in on a long-awaited victory in this one. 3 breaks to 2. It's been that sort of match. It's been a little bit unconvincing at times.
140.
And Ronnie still might have something to say about it.
85.
Nathan Aspinall awaits the winner. The European Championship may await Ronnie Huybrechts irrespective of the result here. Could he be making a return to the
95.
TV majors? Could Dragutin Horvat overcome Aspinall and give himself a chance of booking his place at the Euros?
95.
Oh, look what he's left.
Yeah, it would be fairly ironic if he were to take out the 1-4-1 this time for the match.
$59. Dragutin you require 141.
Well, he's left 164 again. And he will get a look at it as well.
130. Ronnie you require 164.
Too good from Dragutin. Shake of the head from Ronnie.
92. Dragutin you require 11.
Big three. Just a nice big three. There we go. Great guide.
3.
We cannot use it. Two
Ronnie
darts have gone, and Ronnie
72.
Huybrechts is not out of this just yet.
Well, first and foremost, 72 for a holder throw. Lovely first dart. Takes a step back, sizes up the target, and has a big good look at this double six. And Ronnie Huybrechts keeps himself alive in this first round match. It continues to twist, it continues to turn, but it's Horvat with the throw. And once again, he's kicked off with a ton 80, just as he did in the previous leg, and just as he did in leg 3 as well.
If you kick off 180 on your own throw, you should be getting darts to win the leg.
100.
Now in the last leg he backed it up with an 85 and then a 95. He needs to back it up with something more sufficient, you feel. And he has done. It's a ton 40 and he's moving in the right direction, you have to say. Huybrechts is chasing things now, he's chasing the game. Yeah.
85.
Well, that's exactly what he thought of that. And that's another giant stride. There's a second giant stride. Move well away from that bed.
140.
Perfectly set up.
This time he finds a 25 instead of the bullseye, and it could be a 10 dart leg for Dragutin Horvat to seal his place
85.
in round
You
2.
require 36.
For a second host nation qualifier to win their opening game, we're not even at the end of the first session of action here at the German Darts Championship. Double 18 for Dragutin. For his first Euro Tour win in more than 2 years. Some standout moments of brilliance from Dragutin Horvat. Sealed with a 10-darter. He missed the double for the 9 earlier in the match. The European Tour is back and it is delivering, and we've got one more game to deliver for you this afternoon. It's another German in action. Stefan Siepmann, now a proud member of the PDC Tour after getting his tour card earlier on this year. He takes on a man who's been part of that club for decades now. It's the King, Mervyn King, with a spot at the World Grand Prix up for grabs, but he needs to go on a run.
Test. 1, 2, 3, Test. Hallo.
Franzo, herzlichen Glückwunsch. Toller Sieg in der ersten Runde, durch in Runde 2. Wie zufrieden bist du mit deinem Spiel nach dieser Partie?
Also mit dem Anfang war ich sehr zufrieden, dann mittendrin war ich total enttäuscht und am Ende war ich noch mehr wie sehr zufrieden.
Sehr gut, da freuen wir uns, dass du sehr zufrieden bist. Morgen geht es für dich gegen Nathan Aspinall, dann vor einem deutlich größeren Publikum. Du bist ja jemand, der das auch sehr mag, vor Fans zu spielen. Schon so eine kleine Rampensau, oder?
Ja, na, heute können Sie alle persönlich begrüßen. Also es sind ja nicht so viele, aber egal, das sind die Treuesten, die kommen immer und das ist gut so. Und morgen sind sie halt alle da.
Dragutin, wir freuen uns, dich morgen in Action zu sehen. Glückwunsch nochmal zu deinem Sieg. Dragutin Horvat.
Dankeschön.